How much impact do negative marks have on my credit score? As you probably know, one of the best things you can do to keep your credit score healthy is to always pay your bills on time. Now, if you're able, paying more than the minimum on your credit cards is also an excellent way to boost your credit score. But what if you mess up and miss a payment? How long do you have to deal with the consequences, and how severe are they? While most missteps will eventually go away, it's much better to try and avoid them in the first place, right? According to the Fair Isaac Corporation, the source of the most commonly used credit scores, better known as FICO scores, it can take between 7 and 10 years to repair so called negative marks on your credit. Yikes. Now, not all negative marks on your credit report have the same effect. For example, new credit inquiries, like if you apply for an auto loan or try to get a new credit card, will reduce your credit score in the short term, but essentially have no real long term effect. If you manage that new debt well, like making your payments on time, very good, paying more than the minimum, and not carrying high balances, it can even boost your score. Nice. But let's talk about some missteps, like late payments. Did you know that those can stay on your credit report for 7 years? Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean your credit is ruined because of one late payment, but a pattern of missed payments can be pretty damaging. If you're just a few days late, this often won't appear in your credit history. It's when you fall a full payment behind, it gets reported to the credit agencies. You should still avoid late payments, though, even if you're only a couple of days late, because in addition to maybe being charged fees and penalties, your lender might be watching this type of activity to see how well you handle the account. Now, let's talk about some other negative marks. Bankruptcies will stay on your credit report for a minimum of 7 years, and some other items like unpaid tax liens have no expiration date. They just stay on your report until the debt is settled. So obviously, we're better off avoiding these negative marks whenever we can, right? But what if you're having some difficulty making ends meet? Well, being honest and upfront is probably the best policy. Talk to your creditors and explain your situation. Ask them to help you find solutions during these difficult times. Always keep the lines of communication open. Don't ignore phone calls or letters. Creditors will often work with you to find a solution that works for everyone. Now, if you're looking for ways to rebuild or improve your credit, check out the links at the end of this video for other helpful clips and resources.